Modern women have zero femininity and only bring problems. Beast. Let's get right into the video. Be sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Let's go. One of the things you see is as they ride the carousel, as they continue to get pounded out by, shout out to Black Ram 313, by Thuggo and, Pookie and Tyrone and Chad and all of them, these chicks start to take on these STDs and these STIs. STDs, sexually transmitted demons. They start to take on the demons of these other men, the masculine traits of these other men, the traumas of these other men, the traumas of these other women. That's what you start to see. And then they bring they bring that all to a sucker who's not educated on all this, on the red pill knowledge, the red pill wisdom, and they nest with the sucker. They end up ripping him apart in court, eventually, but most of the time. But yeah, man, it's just the juice is not worth the squeeze, and it's very dangerous to get into a relationship with them today. To sit here and just date a girl blindly, and you don't know her upbringing and background, and you weren't the person to take her virginity, and even if you were, that's still sketchy. You got, virgins are still getting penetrated out here, anally. So that's a whole other conversation. But it's just wild, it's just wild. But it's just wild, man. They are less feminine, more masculine. You really have it in a world, we really have it set up today where men are the new women and women are the new men. Okay? Women have, it's like, in the older days, they said like the 90s, women were looking for a good man. It was like good women were looking for good men. Granted, they still all had their ish out there too. They were still cheating too. But in that time period, but they were looking for good men. Now the roles have reversed, and you got good men looking for a good woman. It's hard to find a good woman today. It was possibly, it's said to have been hard to find a good man back then. Because a lot of guys were dogs. But these days, these chicks are straight hyenas, which is a dog, but still, straight predators, man, like straight hunters, searching for a sucker for love. Do not be a sucker for love, ninja. Do not be a sucker for love, ninja. Do not get got. It is very easy to get got out here, okay? At all financial levels, all economic placements, all tax brackets can get got. I mean, seriously, this stuff is nuts. All ages can get got. I mean, that's why I personally believe Mgtow and monk mode are the best ways to go, because peace is priceless. Your peace, and you don't have to worry about the false accusations or the bait and switch or the shout out to CGA and Angry Man and Kevin Samuels and AMS and them. Shout out to Crimson. But yeah, you don't have to worry about all that when you're in monk mode, man. You can just go to sleep at night knowing you're not being cheated on. Somebody's not plotting your demise. A divorce is not being planned on you. When there's no fear of a bait and switch. It's just you. You can catch and release with these chicks if you wanted to. You got options. But I think the absolute worst options are to be out here normie dating, broke dating, getting legally married. It's just dangerous. Cohabitating with a woman. These are some of the worst positions to be in, and with these chicks out here having zero femininity, what are you really getting? What are you really getting? They say another man's trash is another man's treasure, but all we're seeing is trash out here. There is no treasure. Some guy might think he's found treasure, but in the end, he finds out why it was the last guy's trash. It's just a very dangerous time to live in. Like, it's, shout out to CGA. He said, if you're looking for love, you were born in the wrong generation. I actually completely agree with that. There is no love out here. There is no love. There's a whole lot of lust, and there's a whole lot of traps. That's all I really see. And in my world, I'm a father, a Gen Z father at that. Someone who's been dragged through courts and stuff like that, and I've overcome the courts. Still on my pursuit in that area, but I digress. With that being said, though, it's hard for me to look at marriage and cohabitation and monogamy all the same. You know, like I these days, especially doing better for myself, like in a sense of, you know, putting myself in a more comfortable, suitable position. You know, when a chick sees me now, they'll be like, oh yeah, yeah, don't you want a family? Don't you want marriage? Don't you want kids? And I'm like, nah, my life is too good. I got too much peace. I can't be out here getting yelled at for not doing the dishes, all because you don't feel like doing dishes or cooking or whatever the heck you don't want to clean. I mean, it's just too much that can go wrong. There's too much that can go wrong. We were raised different, and what's our cultural backgrounds and all this other kind of stuff. There's so many factors. What's your religious beliefs? How long, you know, the time period of how long they've been in these streets from when you meet them. They get active around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way to like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Whenever you meet them, whatever age you meet them at, 25, like that's just a long time for them to be able to have sex, that they've been out here having sex. Like they were not sitting here learning how to cook chicken noodle soup from scratch. Like it just wasn't the case. They were literally out here getting clapped, you know? So when I say they only bring problems, you know, they're bringing other men's demons to you. They're bringing other men's orgasms to you, other men's, you know, kids. This stuff is ridiculous. I'm at a point now too, like I'm absolutely appalled if a woman comes to me with a child thinking that she, you know, she can get with me, you know, or something like that. Because what that says to me is, what in me makes you think that it's okay for you to, you know, bring another man's cum shot to me? What in me makes you comfortable with bringing another man's orgasm to me? That just does not sit right with me. I get offended, you know, and I'm not even a guy to get offended, but that is something that I believe should offend you. You know, what in me allows you to think that it's okay to bring another man's seed to me? Like, why do you think I would not want my own family? Like, I don't want to start from scratch. Like, I can't start from scratch. Like, what? It's just too much that can go wrong, you know? So when I say that they have zero femininity and they only bring problems, there's so many things that come with these relationships that these sucker for love guys, you know, don't see. You know, I'm looking at, you know, how long have these chicks been on the carousel? You know, the body count is astronomical. Most of these chicks got a body count in the 30s to the 50s off rip as soon as you meet them. Okay, and I said most, not all, but most. It's best to assume that it's higher rather than assume that it's lower. You assume that it's lower, you F around and find out that it's higher. So there's just so much that can go wrong, you know, and you're taking such a big risk. You are committing your financial future to somebody who does not have a clean past. I mean, that's not a fair trade. It's not a fair trade at all. It's dangerous. So why would you do that to yourself? You must not want to see yourself win. Okay, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous, very risky. You're taking a gamble, one I'm not willing to take. And I don't think you should take that gamble. You know, you should put yourself first and put yourself in the best position possible to, you know, have the best options possible. You know, your wife could be over in Italy. They could be over in, you know, Nigeria. They could be in, you know, Spain or Poland or somewhere. I don't know. You know, you got to just travel, find, you know, figure out the world. You know, y'all out here trying to, you know, find your wife at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, it's I wouldn't even like, I will never cohabitate again with a woman either. Like, I can't do normie dating. I can't do marriage monogamously. I you know, where we live in the same house or anything like that. After getting dragged through court and seeing the other side of it, you know, it's something that really I can't unsee. It's like, you be like, damn, like this shit was crazy. And so you know, when I look at like normie marriages and normie couples, I'm like, whew, I can't go back. I can't do it. Like if I was, you know, if you're a guy who wants kids or something like that, none of this is legal advice, financial advice, or any type of advice that could harm me, or harm you. But what I'd look into is maybe like having a concubine or something in a whole nother country, having kids with them in a whole other country, and then the kid visits you in the summertime in America, but they live over in some other country. I know guys that do that, and that seems like a way better option than to be out here having kids in the United States of America and, getting, literally raped in these courts, all for a couple checks so that the judge can eat filet mignon on a Tuesday night. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, it is absolutely nuts. And when I talk about, these chicks having zero femininity, I'm just making sure I cover all bases before we end this video. But as far as these chicks having zero femininity, it's like the longer they're single too, and the older they get, the more masculine they become. But it's not true masculinity though. That's the wild part. It's masculinity in the sense of, they have masculine characteristics about them. A masculine demeanor is a better word. But it's not masculinity in the sense of heroic and leadership and conquering and overcoming and willpower. It's not that. It tries to be that, but it's not that. It's very hypocritical, very cowardice, if that is a word. I believe it is, but it's very weak, and it's not authentic. That's been what I've seen from when these chicks try to approach you and they're very masculine. And also, it's like the more masculine they are, they walk with heavy insecurities as well, too. That's something I've noticed. I see that common. I see that as a common thing as well. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. I just ask that you keep it respectful. But yeah, they're not bringing, they're not assets necessarily. They're not bringing a good thing to you. They're not bringing gifts to you. They're bringing problems that need solutions to you. And that may seem like a cool thing because men naturally are problem solvers, but I don't think we should be solving problems that don't pertain to us. I really don't think you should put yourself in a position where you got to fix this woman up, all for her to end up leaving you in the long run. And now this woman you built up is now getting throttled by a whole nother guy. I just don't think that's a good, way of doing things, quite frankly. But that's my thoughts. As far as the zero femininity, do not get these chicks pregnant. Do not get legally married and sign your name in blood on the dotted line. Do not, commit to these knuckleheads. These, you find if you find one that's a solid one, vet her, vet. And after you finish vetting, vet again. Don't be trusting these 304s. Do not trust these 304s. Do not go around telling these people how much money you make. Do not go around trying to flex and impress these 304s. They're for the universe. They going to everybody. They coming in the front door looking for the back door. I mean, it's crazy out here. So that's that. Do not get fooled and finessed by them thinking, saying to you, whispering that they want marriage to you. Do not commit to no 30-year-old chicks. Is early 30s. A lot of these chicks is catch and release. A lot of them is like here for a good time, not a long time. And this is just me, speaking from experience, speaking from, what I've learned and where I failed at and where I've seen other men fail. And like I said, failure is the best teacher. And I think it's good to fail with women because that's how you get better with them. But yeah, that's that. That's my own thoughts on that. Drop down below in the comments what you guys think, though. I don't think it is the greatest time to be out here looking for love, though. Do not. You will get finessed. You will get finessed, and you got an easy target. You're an easy target. You got a big old fat target right on your forehead, right on your back. Okay. Do not get finessed out here. Do not get fooled. These people do not like you or love you. All right. You got, and then, right, you get into a relationship with them. You gotta as soon as you commit to them and say you sign a lease, say you get legally married, and at this point in my life, I actually wish legal marriage on my enemies at this point. And then I bet on, and if you're dumb enough to get legally married, I'm betting on the woman. This is where I'm at these days, right? This is where I'm at these days. But because, I mean, there's too many cases, there's too many stories, too many cases, okay? And when you get in that courtroom, they have that Bible sitting in there. They have the Bible in the courtroom. but they not walking with God. Yo, you are on your own and you're cooked. You're cooked. Good luck. Do not get caught up in these situations, guys. This is why I say protect your peace. You know, people are on the hunt. You got a lot of unhappy people that don't want to see you happy out here. Protect your finances, protect your peace. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm saying is AI generated and all that kind of stuff. But you got a lot of unhappy people. Like if you get into a relationship, you're getting into a relationship with an unhappy person and giving them leverage over your life. You are giving them power and the controls over your life. Hi, my name is Carl and I make such and such. I make X amount of dollars a year. I work at this job and I drive this kind of car. You want to see my apartment? Hey, this is where I live. Here's my social security number. Hey, look, don't touch my wallet, but just in case you wanted to go through it, there's no girls' phone numbers in there, but there just happens to be all these different debit cards and credit cards, and these are all the numbers and pins. Like, do not be that guy. Do not be that guy, man. Do not be that guy. It is so crazy out here. Like, you have to just, you got to just see for yourself, man. Like, you got to either fail with women or, I don't know, bro. Like, you got to just, it's out here. You just have to just see it for yourself, bro. Like, you got to really, like, one day it dawned on me. I know I said I was going to pause the video, but whoever wants to watch this all the way through, you guys are real ones. I appreciate you. Shout out to them. Shout out to you guys. But like, you gotta really think about the fact that they're getting clapped all day. They got all types of dudes in their DMs and messages. And then they don't want you checking their phones. You try to check their phone, they call you insecure and controlling. You know, and then they call you a narcissist when they can't control you and manipulate you. Then they sit here and try to attack you and gaslight you, and they do everything that a textbook narcissist would do, and then they project onto you. It's just a dangerous game, and I don't think a lot of guys are prepared for it. A lot of guys they get hit with the okie doke. A lot of guys are you know, I think a lot of guys are normies, as well as women are normies as well. A great majority of them. But you know, it's easy to get finessed out here, man. So, you know, step in the name of love, or whatever the heck that song is called, and looking for all that stuff out here, man. You're in the boneyard looking for, you know, a gift from God. I don't think God would have a gift for you out here in the boneyard. I can't see that. And men want to feel like they got a gift from God, something that no man has touched. But all you're getting is something that every other man has touched. Like, that's all you're getting out here. You know, and you wife up a single mother. Another man squeezed his nuts off inside of your girl. Like, and then on top of that, you got to think, if you get with a girl who's like 25, other dudes have your girl getting clapped in their phone by that guy. They got videos of themselves clapping your girl in their phone. Like, bro, like, do you even love yourself, bro? Like, why would you put yourself in that position? Like, do you even love yourself, bro? Like, if you don't even love yourself, bro, and you just want to put yourself, you just want to love, you don't even love yourself. Work on loving you first before you try to love somebody else. Like, don't do that to yourself. What's wrong with you? Don't do that, man. Do not do that. But I digress. You know, I probably got a little, you know, in 15 different directions in this video, but probably went 15 different directions in this video. But overall, you get the gist of things. You know what it is. And stay safe, stay prosperous, stay blessed. You know, protect your peace out here, guys. You got to want to see yourself win. Put yourself first. All 2025, we're being selfish. We're focusing on ourselves. We're putting ourselves in the best position possible for you, okay? Only you can do the work to put you in the best position. Okay, these chicks, they can drop neck and they can you know, give the Gok 3000 and change their whole economic, you know, social status and all that kind of stuff, and they can go up in tax brackets all off giving the Gok 3000. You try some stupid stuff like that and you get a charge. You get a charge. You find yourself in civil court with restraining order or something. Like, you get hit with a false allegation. You know, you don't want these problems, man. Do not, you know, be a man. Be a man. If you don't know what a man is, find your father. If you can't find your father, get a life coach, you know, and stay monk mode and heal. all that kind of stuff until you know, ready for this world. And even then, still protect your peace. Peace. Beast, we out.